Hey guys, Razorblade Mango here, and, well, let's talk about Kingdom Hearts 3. Now, this is going to be a video where I recap all the news. This is basically just going to be a short but sweet, stream of consciousness reaction to all the stuff that was announced during Japan D23 last week, which was admittedly a lot more than I expected. And I came into this whole potential, are they going to show Kingdom Hearts 3 or not thing at D23 rather pessimistically, as I said to one of my friends, a fellow Kingdom Hearts fan, who told me that I was getting cynical for no reason. But as I stated to him, Square Enix does not deserve my hope. They don't deserve my anticipation regarding, announcing stuff at events. All they deserve from me is pessimism, which basically means I'm going to assume the worst is going to happen, meaning they're not going to talk about shit. Because Kingdom Hearts 3 has, for almost 5 years now, been out there in the public consciousness, and we still don't know, a whole lot about it. We know some things, which, considering what I expected Square Enix to show this last week, is more than I expected, which is nice, which is really cool. But fuck it, let's get into it. Now, the only newsy bit that I'll say is that there was some story going around that they were going to announce the release date for the game during E3. That's been proven to be untrue. So that's the only newsy bit that I'll say, which I don't want to go into this video going, oh, they're going to do a release date at E3, which they're not. Sorry to spoil that for people who are excited. I don't know when the fuck they're going to do the release date. I don't know if it's going to be just randomly out of the blue. I don't know if they're going to wait for American D23, or maybe they will announce it at E3. I don't know. Or they'll have some kind of event like they did for Final Fantasy 15, which I really hope not, because I just give me a release date. Give me a release date so I can shut my brain off to any more Kingdom Hearts 3 news. Because once there's a release date out there, and then once they delay it into 2019, which we all know that's going to happen. So I just want those two bits of information. I don't want to know what other worlds are going to be in it. I don't want to see any more footage if there is a solid confirmed release date out there. Like, I want a month, I want a day, and I want a year. Once I have that, that's all I need. Because Square Enix tends to overmarket their games once they're on the final push towards a release. Like, for Final Fantasy 15, they spoiled so much of the story, what little worth there was in the story in the trailers. Like, they even showed one of the final scenes after the final boss fight in a trailer when the game wasn't even out yet. I mean, Square Enix is just the fucking worst when it comes to advertising their stuff and keeping their things spoiler-free. Going back to Kingdom Hearts, going back to the 2.8 trailers, they practically show the ending to Dream Drop Distance in there. And I don't care if that game's been out for fucking almost 6 years. That's a big-ass spoiler. They did the same for 1.5 and 2.5, and they basically showed all the shit from Birth by Sleep and Kingdom Hearts 1 and Kingdom Hearts 2, and it's fucking annoying when they do that. So just give me a release date for Kingdom Hearts 3, and I'll shut my brain off. I don't want to hear any more news about it. I don't want to hear about any worlds. I don't want to hear any fucking thing about it. So, the gist of what they showed off that I really liked is the Monsters, Inc. world, which, that's like probably the biggest bit of news. There's two big bits of news that they showed off. One was the Monsters, Inc. world, which I will admit I was a little, less excited than I normally would have been, just because of the whole screenshot, I guess, that leaked out, which we still don't know if was really from the game or not. But that whole concept of Monsters, Inc. being Kingdom Hearts 3 was just kind of out there for a couple months. And then when the trailer came out, I was more like, oh, it is actually going to be in there, more than, oh my god, they're doing fucking Monsters, Inc. Like, there's a big difference. But I was still excited, obviously. And I watched the trailer, watched it on my nice big TV. I woke up at fucking 3:30 in the morning to watch it, because I was not going to stay up and wait until it dropped live. I just got up when my internal alarm clock told me to, and that was that. Watched the trailer, and I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. This is in the running for my favorite Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer, which there have been so... It's weird. It's weird that we're in this era now where we have, this big burst of information about Kingdom Hearts 3. Lots of new footage, lots of new things to sift through and see. Try to dig out the little gold nuggets in there, little tidbits of info, little things in there. And it's so bizarre that we're in this. It's almost surreal for me that we're in this day and age where Kingdom Hearts 3 is starting to ramp up its big reveals. And that's gonna feel... I've thought about this multiple times and how odd it's going to feel when I finally have Kingdom Hearts 3 in my hand. I have the disc in my hand, and I have the disc in my PS4, and I'm actually playing it. I'm not going to believe it, but that's gonna be a possibility soon. Hopefully this year. I don't think it's gonna be this year. I think that 2018 release date is gonna be kicked to the wayside when we finally find out the release date. And even so, they're probably gonna delay it by a couple months because Square Enix and shit. But the thing that surprised me the most about that trailer is just how fucking good it looks. Everything from the whole design of the Monsters Inc. world to the incredible amount of time and effort that must have gone into having Rapunzel's hair whip around the environment and have it actually be used in combat to swing on trees and shit, and just from everything, just little things like the way Sora's eyes look, the way that the rocket ship lights up and ignites, all in the really kick-ass looking Toy Story boss fight, all this shit. And it was just I shit you not, when it reached that point in the trailer where they used the rocket from the original Toy Story as a special attack, I almost got teary-eyed. I must admit, I just was watching it and I was overwhelmed. I was just stop. I can't handle this much in one morning. And that was before I even watched the second trailer where they revealed the new Tana Hikaru song and the new look that Riku and Mickey have, and the fact that Riku's gonna have a new Keyblade. It's just stop. Just stop. I cannot handle this. My heart cannot handle this in one morning. So there was that, and it was just it was just so cool just seeing it. Just I'm not gonna do this thing where I go through every little bit in the trailer, but just the little bits. I like that Ariel is a summon. I hope that doesn't mean we're getting an Atlantica world. I'd hope Nomura and Co are smart enough not to include an Atlantica world, because that's one of the most reviled worlds in the Kingdom Hearts series. I fucking hate that world. I can't stand it in Kingdom Hearts 1. I definitely can't stand it in Kingdom Hearts 2 when they turn it into a fucking god-awful shitty sing-along with... I hate that world so much. And to me, that game would be perfect. Kingdom Hearts 2 would be perfect if it weren't for the fucking Atlantica world. And maybe the Demyx boss fight. I think that's the Demyx one. The one where he goes, "Dance, water, dance!" I fucking hate that guy. So, that would be great if Ariel was just a summon. No Atlantica world, please. I wonder what other summons there are in this game. I wonder if people like Tinkerbell might come back, or if they're gonna bring back Genie or Stitch or something. That would be cool. Just maybe take the worlds that people don't really like or get sick of in the original games, and then add them in here as summons. I think that would be a good compromise for the people that, we want to see, Aladdin. I don't want to be running around Agrabah for the billionth time. I don't want to be running around Wonderland again. I don't want to be running around fucking Nightmare Before Christmas again, the Halloween Town again. Just maybe have Jack Skellington come out as a fucking summon. have Aladdin or Genie come out as a summon. You know, Genie's been a summon before in the past, so maybe do that again here. But I like that Ariel's a summon, even though she looked kind of creepy in that trailer. If you pause it and you look at that face, that's kind of creepy. Speaking of creepy, I don't know who mutated Goofy's face to look like something out of Monsters Inc., but wow, they should work for horror movies, because that shit looked terrifying. It's already, you know, a meme that Disney's Goofy just looks, the Monsters Inc. Goofy looks fucking nightmarish, but it really looks fucking nightmarish. It just looks like the spawn of Pixar hell. It just looks just so disturbing. All the other designs though for Sora and Donald look really good. I love that you get to fight in the door area from Monsters Inc., like that giant like revolving door area. I wonder if they're gonna have some kind of boss fight in there, which if they do, that would, oh my god, where you're like shredding on the rails and fighting the boss. Oh my god, that'd be incredible. Bosses, jumping to another subject, that boss from the Toy Story world, that needs more health, please. Like, I think it had like 2 or 3 bars of health, and I'm like, that looks like that needs to be longer. Like, I want the boss fights in this game to go on for as long as the boss fight in Point 2 did, which that final the demon tower, the final phase of that, where it was like 12 13 bars, I want that for every boss in Kingdom Hearts 3. I want these bosses, if they're really gonna have worlds packed with multiple different things, if they're all gonna be smaller worlds but larger worlds, then I want more bosses, I want more health bars, I want more content in them. Like, I don't want it to just be a simple, quick, oh, you're done. You just shoot some bad guys with the rocket, jump around a little bit, hit them a couple times, you're done. Like that the Rock Titan bit in Hercules in the Olympus Coliseum, I want that to go on for a long time. And it actually looks like it goes on for a pretty decent amount of time in the trailers that I've seen. And like, it looks like you're on the ground, looks like you run up towards it, looks like you use the rides on it, which I hope all these boss fights are not just a matter of, you know, stay in one area, repeat the same pattern over and over again. Like, they have, I hope they have more phases in this game, which they can do that now with the bump in technology, and they're using Unreal Engine 4. They can do that. It's just, I hope they take advantage of that. Going from this topic, there are like there's like a fork in the road here. I'm gonna first talk about the NPCs, and then I'll go back to the boss fights. Which, oh my god, speaking of utilizing power, there was behind the scenes footage that wasn't shown to the public, but people have taken snapshots of it, and there are NPCs now, like a bustling load of NPCs, at least in the Kingdom of Corona Tangled world. Which, when you see Rapunzel running around in the world, you see like fucking loads of people in the background, and it's not just a matter of walking around like Traverse Town or the Mulan world, where it's this large empty space and there's only like a small number of people walking around that just say the same shit over and over again, that just stand there like zombies. No, this seems like there are actually NPCs in this game that will have like schedules and repeating animations for doing stuff. And if that's true, like if they take the approach that they did with Final Fantasy 15, where even though I think the structure of Final Fantasy 15's open, you know, the cities, it was bad, I think the NPC design, like the way they blend into the crowd, looks really good. And I hope they carry that into Kingdom Hearts 3, like for worlds that are appropriate. And I think Kingdom of Corona is definitely appropriate for that. Similar with something like Twilight Town, which if Twilight Town is in this game, and I've heard Twilight Town is going to be the opening tutorial area, I want to see lots of NPCs in Twilight Town, please. Like, Twilight Town, I get that it has its own atmosphere in Kingdom Hearts 2. It makes sense in Kingdom Hearts 2, especially like the beginning bit where Roxas is in it, and it's kind of empty because it's a digital world. But even then, you get people in the struggle tournament, and then they just kind of fuck off. They just disappear. I want to see more NPCs in Twilight Town. I want to see lots of NPCs. You can do that because you're using Unreal Engine 4, using the power of PS4 and Xbox One. You can do that, okay? Especially if, hopefully, this will come to PC one day. And if it's great, I will gladly buy it again on PC. But anyway, going back to the boss battles, it's nice to see that the rides are still there, like what they call the attraction flows after a while. That they're still in there. They still look kick-ass, especially the Mad Teacups one. Oh my god, that looks so, like, oh god, when Sora, like, activates that attack and the music just kicks in for that trailer, just, oh my god, because it's been a while since we've seen the teacups. I think the last time we saw the teacups was, like, Kingdom Hearts, I think it was the E3 2015 trailer when they first showed off. Yeah, I think it was the 2015, and I'm glad that those are still in the game, because those are like one of the coolest looking attacks in there. Like, it looked fucking awesome. I hope the train is still in there, the big Thunder Mountain Railroad train that they showed off way back fucking when in E3. Like, they showed it at both, like, D23 Japan 2014. No, it was Jump Festa. Sorry, I think it was either like Jump Festa or some kind of Disney event, like back in 2013, where they showed off I think it was D23, where they showed off the very first time we got to see the train, when Sora, Donald, and Goofy get on the train, the roller coaster, and are fighting the Rock Titan on there. Now, back then, that was just, you know, concept footage or concept trailer, but we saw the train in E3 2015's trailer, and that was also the trailer that we saw the teacups in it. And I hope that train is still in there, because if that train is there and it's used really well in the Rock Titan boss fight, I will lose my shit. Like, I'll just nerd the fuck out. But that remains to be seen. But I'm glad that the rides are still there. I think the Astro Blasters are still in there, which looked cool. Probably the Chariot is still in there from E3 2015. There's just a lot of stuff that we've seen in the past that we haven't seen an updated version yet, besides the Rock Titan. But even in that Rock Titan trailer during the orchestra trailer from last year, we didn't see the roller coaster. We just saw the Rock Titan. Basically, the point, what I'm getting to with my ramblings is, I hope the boss fights are as epic and as multi-tiered and fucking fantastic as they have looked in the trailers. Like, I hope they're that way in the final game. I will not accept anything less than fantastic boss fights, and I have hope because I really loved especially the final boss in Point 2. I thought that fight against the Demon Tower with Aqua and King Mickey, with that music that plays, I think that is honestly one of the very best boss fights in the series. Like, when I first played it, I was blown away, and I hope that kind of fighting is what Kingdom Hearts 3 is like. I hope it's more. I hope it's more acrobatic, because we're gonna get all the acrobatics, we're gonna get the rides, we're gonna get the special attacks, we're gonna get the different kinds of keyblades, and it's just so much good shit in there. Also, I'm running short on time, but let's move on to the song that they showed off, which I thought was alright. It's definitely growing on me more the more I listen to it. I'm just not 100% sure if it's gonna be on the same level as Simple and Clean and Sanctuary, because to me, like, those are iconic. Like, they've reused those fucking songs so much and redid them so much, but I love them. Like, they're two of my fucking favorite songs from Kingdom Hearts. And this song, and I have to wonder too if this is the end credits version, or if this is the version that's going to play in the opening movie, like something that's more like upbeat and peppy, or if it's just going to be, you know, melancholic or whatever. But then again, that snippet of the song is just a snippet, and we haven't heard the full version of the song, which I hope they drop that relatively soon, because I really would like to see that. But yeah. Oh, and Riku's new look looks cool. I like the shorter hair. I like the new Keyblade that they showed off. It looked pretty cool. Him giving away his old Keyblade, I didn't even know those things could break, but that was interesting. King Mickey looks cool. So yeah, that was Kingdom Hearts 3. That was the D23 stuff that I rambled about for a good 21 minutes. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. If you like what you see, subscribe. Let me know what you thought about the whole Kingdom Hearts 3 thingy at D23. And as always, thank you very much, everyone, for watching and subscribing and all that. I guess I will see you guys next time. Bye!